Greetings everyone, today we are checking out Six Flags Frontier City here in Oklahoma City. Let's go! You've heard of exiting through a gift shop, but have you heard of entering through a gift shop? The Diamondback is the park's Arrow Shuttle Loop coaster. Honestly, I thought these things only still existed in Roller Coaster Tycoon, but here I am, wrong. So what it does is it launches you through a cable launch system forward, as you just saw, through that vertical loop, and then it stops you at the top at the other end, parks you, and then once it gets to that end there, it's going to send you backwards through the whole course again, through that same type of cable launch system. The backwards direction is where this thing gets really intense. It's overall, I'd say, a pretty intense ride. It rides like an Arrow coaster, so you're gonna shake around, so be prepared for that. But definitely fun and a rare coaster, so definitely worth the ride. We'll let you see it backwards now. Also notice it's kind of cool how the front and the back of the train both have that front car with the angle on it, because technically they're both the front and back of the train. Steel Lasso is the park's Vekoma family suspended roller coaster. This first drop here actually has a pretty good kick to it. Other than that, it kind of meanders at a decent pace throughout the ride, so it's a thrilling ride despite being a family ride. A good, first suspended coaster for somebody. A little bit rougher than I would expect though. The Prairie Schooner is closed today, but it's actually a quite nicely themed pirate ship here at the park. So Frontier City was originally an old Western themed kind of shootout, live show, robbery, action train park when it first opened. So it's definitely got that Western theme, and you can see some actual theme here at the park as you kind of walk past that main entryway gift shop. Wildcat is the park's wooden roller coaster built by, or I should say manufactured by National Amusement Devices. I believe it was actually built by PTC. This is a wooden coaster that was relocated and I believe resized to fit into this park. It's actually a pretty fun wooden coaster in my opinion. I sat in the back row. It was a fun ride. There was, it was nothing too intense, but there were some good forces. Just the right amount of bounce for a wooden roller coaster. Nothing, more than you would want. And at the end there's this little section that another Roller Coaster Tycoon reference here, I believe, is what inspired the splashdown segment of the wooden roller coaster. It doesn't actually splash in it. It's just some fountain features next to the splashdown, but it's empty at the moment. That's a little too bad. In the queue here, there are a bunch of roller coaster history facts to read. I imagine this line can get a little bit long. It's probably one of the best, if not the best, coasters in the park. Classic out and back style coaster. Frontier City does have a very small water park behind the Wildcat coaster. Not quite open yet for the season though. Timbertown is the park's very small kids area. Get a couple of flat rides, as well as in the back here is Amperla kiddie coaster. There is a cool little net bridge playground area in the kids area. The Mystery River log flume ride is a log flume ride that's actually open. I think this is the first flume ride I've seen actually open at a Six Flags park so far, so of course we had to ride. It's pretty fun. You start out in a little sawmill tunnel. There's no animatronics in there, but there are a couple of props, and so no animatronics is right on par with the future Tiana's Bayou adventure we're gonna get anyway. As far as a wet scale, I'd say it's a medium. You get wet, but not completely soaked. Quick Draw is a cheesy but hilarious Sally shooter dark ride with two-person cars. A lot of the props are pretty corny, however, there's an effect for pretty much everything you shoot, and some of them are pretty crazy. One of them, you shoot the nightstand next to a couple's bedside and they wake up, sit up in bed and start screaming. There's a guy taking a dump when you shoot the bathroom door and the curtain comes open. It's pretty funny. So definitely worth a ride for a chuckle. Rolling Thunder, what do you think it is? Take a guess. Oh, you called it. It's a Larson Looper. The Lizzies here are haunted. They drive themselves. Renegade Rapids, the park's River Rapids ride, is not yet open for the season, but it looks like it keeps that nice Western theme going on. Yeah, and there's plenty more theme here. No, not the barn. There we go. Look at that. Classic 1800s Western. Solar. If you have a strong stomach, then the Gunslinger just might be for you. The Winged Warrior is the Flying Scooters ride. Lunch here at the Five Feather Saloon is a taco salad. They also have taco salad fried dough sort of things, but that wasn't a meal credit. And I'll give it a thumbs up from the Six Flags food scale. It's got beans and beef and lettuce, cheese, salsa, even some jalapenos. Decent amount of stuff. And by the way, I did get a free water again today from the food stand, back on the normal routine. This here is the wildest ride in the West. Yep, Silver Bullet is a Schwarzkopf looper. It is unfortunately closed today. I'm not sure if it has run yet this season. It is a single loop model though. There's just that one loop right there. The Parks Railroad unfortunately is not open today. I do believe it is an Arrow train. The Grand Centennial Ferris wheel is the park's Ferris wheel located on top of a hill. That'll give you some nice views of the park and surrounding area. It is up pretty high compared to the surrounding area. Cool. See that back there, that coaster track? That used to be the Nightmare Mine train coaster. It was a Galaxy style coaster inside this building here. I believe it closed in the early 2000s, so I'm surprised they've kept the track there. As far as I know, they use this building now for a haunted house or two. There is a upcharge zip line here. The park does have at least one stunt show that kind of pays tribute to the old gunslinging park that it started as. Just don't make the mistake I did and expect it to be happening on the hour, because it doesn't happen on the hour at all, and unfortunately I have to leave by 3 and I missed the 1:45 show. But I did see them shooting prop guns from behind. It looked like it'd be a fun little show to see, so make sure you check out the show times. However, we're not going to miss the It's Magic show. Let's go check it out before we head out of the park.
You ready for that move? Get your cartwheel nuts, fall in your face. Go, yeah!
The magic show is decent, nothing super wowing, but still entertaining, and the audience gets to participate a lot, especially kids, so it might be good for younger families. All in all, I would describe Six Flags Frontier City as a cute park. It's definitely got its own little charm to it. It's certainly not the place to go for a big thrill seeker, but it is a pleasant place. It's a good area that you can spend just a few hours in and, you know, see and experience the whole park, assuming it's not completely overcrowded. But there's a little more to the park than it appears on the map. They've got all the classic flat rides out there, a few roller coasters, nothing to drive home about, but a couple of classics that were fun to ride. I mentioned Roller Coaster Tycoon a couple times. This park really does feel like something you would build in Roller Coaster Tycoon, assuming you use just the mine theming elements. I would definitely say if you live in the Oklahoma City area, it's worth stopping by. If you don't live in the area or have to be traveling here and you like a park with some charm, definitely stop by as well. Overall, I did have a good day, and I knew the park was small, so that's why I packed it into a day where I would have only had 3 hours here, and that is about how long we spent here, and it was a good time. Frontier City, a Six Flags theme park, is actually a themed Six Flags park. I will give them that. Thank you so much for watching. There's not a baby rattler inside, just trash.